In the vast variety of biblical teachings, there exists a parable so profound, so timeless, that its message continues to resonate through the ages. It is a story shrouded in mystery, yet brimming with wisdom and compassion. Its significance transcends the boundaries of time and culture, touching the hearts of all who encounter its profound truths. This parable, often referred to as the parable of the Good Samaritan, holds within its folds profound insights into the nature of humanity, compassion, and divine love. I invite everyone to take a moment to watch this full video, participate in the comments, and receive these teachings for you, your families, and friends, as we embark on a journey of renewal to unravel the layers of this ancient tale, delving deep into its hidden treasures and discovering the transformative power of its message. In the Gospel of Luke, chapter 10, verses 25 to 37, Jesus shares the parable of the Good Samaritan. This story illustrates the essence of compassion and selflessness through the encounter between a Samaritan and a man who had been robbed and left for dead on the side of the road. While the religious leaders passed by, it was the despised Samaritan who showed mercy, bandaging the man's wounds, taking him to an inn, and covering his expenses for care. And what can we learn from this parable? Before answering this question, I ask you to please contribute and help us by quickly subscribing to the channel, like, and comment. This motivates me to keep producing content that can transform lives, just as it transformed mine in the search for personal development. Thank you so much. The parable of the Good Samaritan teaches us the profound truth that love knows no boundaries or prejudices. It challenges us to extend kindness and assistance to all, regardless of race, religion, or social status. Just as the Samaritan went out of his way to help a stranger, we are called to embody the same spirit of compassion in our interactions with others. This parable reminds us that true neighborliness involves sacrificial love and a willingness to meet the needs of those around us. Of course, it's very easy to say to help everyone, be helpful, and be available to help others, even if we don't know them. The truth is that this way of being must be executed repeatedly until it becomes something natural and genuine. Even though I am going through financial difficulties, I always try to help others, giving some food to someone in need or making donations to anyone in need, whether it be a person or an animal. It doesn't always have to be helping by giving money. It can be helping with carrying shopping, helping by teaching or advising, helping by simply listening to the other person. Yes, believe me, some people have no one to talk to and often just need someone to talk to. Do you practice any of these activities I mentioned? Tell me in the comments. Furthermore, the parable of the Good Samaritan echoes Jesus' commandment to love our neighbors as ourselves, Matthew 22, verse 39. It serves as a powerful reminder that our faith is not merely about rituals or religious observance, but is fundamentally expressed through acts of mercy and generosity. The parable of the Good Samaritan and its timeless message challenges us to examine our own attitudes and actions towards those in need. It prompts us to reflect on the barriers we may erect in our hearts, preventing us from reaching out to others with compassion. Often we can become preoccupied with our own concerns or prejudices, failing to see the opportunities to extend love and care to those around us. Just as making a donation won't make you a good Samaritan, not donating won't make you a bad person either. What we must understand is that if we want to follow the foundations of God and His mission on earth, we must at least strive to be useful to society. If God asked us right now if we are ready to go to heaven, would the answer be positive? Not knowing when we will be asked this question, we must take small actions towards what the Bible teaches us. A stupid comparison, but it will make you realize the message I want to convey. When I have to wash the dishes, I always think, oh God, there are so many dishes to wash. Will my complaining change the fact that there are still dishes to be washed? Of course not. But starting by washing one dish at a time will make the dishes smaller, and thus continue on the right path until the dishes are completely washed. Summary of this: small steps until we reach the goal. Maybe being the Good Samaritan is a difficult task, but doing small good deeds repeatedly may be easier. Picture now a crowded city sidewalk where hurried pedestrians weave through the throngs of people, each lost in their own world. Suddenly, amidst the rush, a frail elderly woman stumbles and falls, her groceries scattering across the pavement. In this moment, the bystanders are faced with a choice: to heed the call of compassion or to continue on their way, indifferent to her plight. Just as in the parable, we are confronted with the opportunity to embody the spirit of the Good Samaritan, extending a helping hand to those in need, regardless of their background or circumstances. Consider also the modern-day equivalent of the wounded traveler lying on the roadside, an individual experiencing homelessness, shunned by society, and left to fend for themselves in the margins of our bustling cities. In this scenario, the parable challenges us to confront our biases and preconceptions, urging us to see beyond outward appearances and recognize the inherent dignity and worth of every human being. It calls us to action, inspiring us to break free from the constraints of societal norms and reach out to our marginalized brothers and sisters with empathy and kindness. Furthermore, in the age of global connectivity, the parable of the Good Samaritan finds relevance in the face of humanitarian crises unfolding across the globe. Whether it be refugees fleeing conflict, victims of natural disasters, or communities grappling with poverty and injustice, the parable beckons us to transcend borders and extend our compassion to those in need, regardless of distance or perceived differences. Just as the Samaritan went out of his way to care for the wounded traveler, so too are we called to extend a hand of solidarity and support to our global neighbors, embodying the timeless message of love and compassion that lies at the heart of this profound biblical teaching. This parable underscores the importance of practical love over mere religious rituals or formalities. It teaches us that true righteousness is demonstrated not through empty words or religious ceremonies, but through tangible acts of kindness and mercy. The Samaritan's actions exemplify the essence of genuine faith, showing that it is not enough to profess belief. We must live out our faith through deeds that reflect the love of God. In a world filled with division and indifference, the parable of the Good Samaritan serves as a powerful call to action. It challenges us to break down barriers, reach across divides, and extend compassion to all people, regardless of their backgrounds or circumstances. By embodying the spirit of the Good Samaritan in our daily lives, we have the opportunity to make a profound impact on the world around us, bringing healing, reconciliation, and hope to those in need. If you like this video, I recommend you watch the video that is appearing on the screen, where I explain what we can learn about the resurrection of Jesus Christ. See you there.